Welcome to this live Q-RIT process. And the energy I'm feeling for today is to help you release, remove, clear, and upgrade anything in your life that is ready to be released, removed, cleared, or upgraded. What that might look like in a Q-RIT session is letting go of cords or attachments to any people or situations that no longer serve you, traumas in your life, decisions or programs that you've made that have been holding you back. It can also look like changing your priorities, changing the way that your brain is wired up. There's something called neuroplasticity, and you can literally rewire your brain. One of my friends teaches that our subconscious mind is like a river and it flows in the path of least resistance. And I love that. You can imagine that it's very clear. So we can change the direction that the river flows in so that the majority of your thoughts, the majority of your intentions are pure and beautiful and aligned with your highest values. If that feels good and exciting, just take a deep breath into the belly and out. If you are new to QRIT, it is a type of quantum hypnotherapy, but without the hypnotherapy, there's no trance state. We won't be going down any staircases. Our eyes won't be getting heavy. You will be fully present and conscious throughout the whole process. Please do gift yourself this space in somewhere you feel safe to be vulnerable, to drop in with your innermost self. Somewhere you won't be distracted, turn off any alarms, anything that might take you out of fullest presence. I'll be sharing with you some prompts and ideas and suggestions for the journey, and all I really need from you is to be honest with yourself. Not making anything good or bad or right or wrong, not pretending anything. This is a chance to get really real with yourself. And when I say yourself, I mean that as two separate words, yourself. And I usually write that with a capital S. Your highest self, not your body, not this character that you play, whether that's being a mom or a dad, or a partner, a brother or a sister, an employee, a business owner, dropping all of that so you can get connected to your true self. Maybe just take a moment to feel what comes up when you think about that. Is that exciting? Is it a little bit scary? Is it both? By choosing to listen to this today, it tells me that you are ready for your life to become even more incredible. Maybe your life is already incredible and you just know that you are really scratching the surface of what is possible for you in this lifetime. Or maybe you've got some big challenge in your life. You can write in the comments throughout this whole process anything that comes up for you. Please don't overshare because this is a public forum. But I'd love to hear from you if you feel to share anything that is aligned. What is your big challenge right now? Could be something to do with your physical health. Maybe it's a mental health challenge. Maybe it's around your finances, abundance, your relationships, your career, your passion. I love to score things on a scale from 1 to 10, so perhaps let me know in the comments if you were to rate yourself on a superhero scale, where 10 is you are a living superhero, you're absolutely thriving in all ways, serving your mission fully and powerfully, and you are absolutely fulfilled with where you are. And 1 is you are completely miserable, you are so unaligned, and life is not how you want it to be at all. Where would you rate yourself on that scale, 1 to 10? And this is a great exercise to do, to just get into the feeling of what the path might look like for you to step into an 8 or a 9 or a 10 on that scale. And one of the reasons I share this with you is I used to be a 1. I was absolutely a 1. I was working in a job where I was miserable. I was a telemarketer. We were calling spreadsheets of 10-year-old data. And I remember we were in a team of 4, we called them pods. And we came up with a nickname for our team. And we literally called ourselves Team Suicide. And I say that, and it was a joke at the time. And the joke was that we were going to see which one of us would kill ourselves first. Because that's how bad that job and that working environment was. It was literally soul destroying. I don't say that lightly. I would wake up with this feeling in my belly, I do not want to go there. But that was the best thing I knew what to do at the time. 5 years I worked for that company, and I tried different jobs, and even became a sales director of an international software company. And Jim Carrey is a really interesting actor and character. He shares a lot about consciousness, and he says he hopes everyone can become wildly successful and have all the riches in the world and have all of their biggest dreams come true. So then you'll know that that's not what brings you real happiness. And I was a sales director making so much money. And I remember logging in on my computer one day to a spreadsheet. And it's a spreadsheet about spreadsheets. There's a meeting about a meeting. If you've ever worked in corporate, you might know what it's about. And I just sank. And I knew something had to shift. And now I experience being a 10 on that scale regularly, especially when I run retreats, especially when I do my one-on-one sessions with my clients. I come out of those sessions and it's the best thing I could possibly think to do. Like I'm the highest of the high. And I know I'm transforming people's lives using QRIT and my other tools and techniques. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. I'd love for you to take one extra step on that scale. If you're a 5, let's get you to a 6, or maybe a 7, or maybe a 9, who knows? Quantum healing is so incredible because it's really diverse. It goes to the root cause of whatever your issue is. So I invite you, if you haven't already, to pick a topic, an issue, an area, a challenge. Or if something's already going great and you just want it to be even better, you can pick that too. And just write that down if you have a notepad or a pen, or hold it in your mind's eye if you have that ability. Hold it in your consciousness. Words are so interesting, aren't they? Because they all mean different things to different people. And my intention here today is to be a vessel for your highest good, for the energy that creates everything to flow through me. So I say the perfect words that will help you get exactly what you're looking for today, so that you can have the most incredible next chapter of your life. It might seem, if you are new to this quantum healing, quantum hypnosis space, QRIT space, might be thinking, well, how much can we really do in one session? We've had people cure anxiety, crippling anxiety, gone in one session. People with slipped discs in their back in absolute agony, pain, completely gone in one session. People with trapped nerves, people with closed hearts, people with deep childhood trauma, all gone in a session. Sometimes it takes longer than one session because there might be layers. but open yourself to the possibility of being pleasantly surprised. That would be my intention and my offer to all of you. So taking a deep breath into the belly. And out. Just a few more things to share before we start the process. So this Q-RIT modality is something we launched publicly this year. We have 3 courses: a beginner's course, level 1, an advanced course, level 2, and a master practitioner course. I'm going to share with you today something from the level 1 course and one technique from the level 2 course. So we'll do some of the beginner and some of the advanced. You will get from this exactly what you're supposed to, as long as you are honest. And one of the things that stops a lot of people in these processes is they get into their head. And that's totally normal because it's a safe place. It's a place where logic lives and where we can make sense of things. And I just encourage you, when we're playing in these quantum realms, so quantum means at the smallest observable particle, it means at the energy level, basically. When we go to the root cause of what your challenge or issue is, or the blockage, or the reason why you're not a 10 out of 10 already, or if you are a 10 out of 10 already, the thing that's going to get you to an 11, it might not make logical sense. So just letting go of this idea that things have to make sense, just for today, just for now. Whenever you get into your head, take a deep breath into the belly. So when you breathe in, your belly should go out. And when you breathe out, your belly will go back in. It's called abdominal breathing. And something really special happens on the out breath. So just try again, try and see if you can notice and observe what happens on the out breath. So take a deep breath into the belly and out. Can you see that you get that moment? It's a moment we call the no-thingness. It's a moment of pure peace. Try again. Take a deep breath into the belly. And out. This is a place we call the quantum state. If you've ever practiced hypnotherapy before, they can call it the trance state. In theta healing, they call it the theta state. And it's a place where you can access this information in the quantum field. You can access this more subtle wisdom because there's no mind there. And I invite you, if you come and learn Q-RIT, you'll get really good at this, but even if you don't, if you can just practice this breathing technique just for 15 minutes a day, it will transform your life. Deep breath into the belly and out. Make peace your default. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, and you basically tell it what is important to you and it shows you more of that. So if you go and buy a yellow car, you'll see yellow cars everywhere. If you tell it that peace is important to you and presence, you'll notice that everywhere. This is why people do these journals where they share everything that they're thankful for. We call it an appreciation practice. And then you start to notice loads of little things. You can appreciate a flower or a fruit or a smile. All of these things that you might not notice if you're in fight or flight mode, if your nervous system is activated. Just coming back to that peaceful place. So we're almost ready to start. I will guide you through the whole thing. So get nice and comfy. I can recommend closing your eyes for the session. When we have our eyes open, we can get distractions in through the eyes. And if you feel to or need to, have a little stretch. Now can be a great time to have a little stretch. And setting your intention that you receive everything that's in your highest good today, everything that's in the highest good of all. That any energies that we transmute are transmuted into love and sent to the highest and best place for them at this time. You don't even need to know what that means. Everything energetically, from a quantum physics perspective, energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. So if we are processing anger, we have to transfer that into something, transmute it into something. So we transmute it into love and trust it will go to the perfect place. So focusing on that intention. And you can plug in any area of your life here. You can re-listen to this over and over and over. I just had a friend message me today. He said he re-listened to one of my previous recordings, and every time he listens, he gets something different because he plugs in something different. So I invite you to do that too. It's one of the benefits of QRIT. You can use the exact same process for so many different things. So choose today. What would you love to work on? If we could wave a magic wand and that thing in your life would transform and upgrade, what would absolutely make a huge difference in your life? Just really feel into that. Don't have to worry about the how. Amazing. So now feeling the feeling of that situation, what energy does that bring up for you? And just be honest with yourself. And so often when people get feelings, especially if they're uncomfortable, they ignore them, they push them down. One of the key parts of this QRIT process is every single ache, pain, situation, person in your life, they're all here for some reason. There's a reason they're in your energy field. There's a reason they're in your reality. And so allowing ourselves to feel the feeling lets us get the message. And so often when you get the message, the thing disappears. Like I had a client who had a pain for 10 years. He tried all different therapies, nothing worked. In one session, connected to the pain, got to the root cause of it, felt it fully for the first time, and it cleared and it never came back. So what is possible for you today if you're brave enough and courageous enough to allow yourself to feel it? So tuning into this situation and noticing the feeling that comes up for you. Just observing if that feeling was to live somewhere in your body, where would it live? Trusting the first thing that comes up, not overanalyzing it, not trying to change it or make any meanings out of it. Just where would it be? Is it in your belly? Is it in your heart? Is it in your head? Is it in your toe? And now, if that energy, or that feeling, was to have a name or an emotion, what would it be? What does it feel like? If it was to have a colour, what colour would it be? Say the first thing, always the first thing. If it was to have an intensity, with 10 being the most intense, how intense does it feel right now, that feeling that you have around that situation? If it was to have some kind of shape or texture, what would it look like? Some people are really good at visualizing, and other people get more of a feeling. Some people get more of a knowingness. Whatever your superpower is, just allow yourself to be there in this place, just giving some form to this feeling. And now we're just going to allow ourselves to feel it fully. So just breathe, soften and relax. And I know this might not be super comfortable, or it might be beautiful. It's totally up to you. It can be a lot of magic in the uncomfortable situations. Just being with it for a few moments, allowing it to give you the message, consciously or subconsciously. Just acknowledging that it's there. We're here and we'll listen today, now. So often these things just want acknowledgement. Even that can be enough to clear them. Sometimes we need to go a bit deeper. That's why having a customized session with a qualified practitioner can be really great. In these group sessions, trusting that you will get exactly what you are supposed to get, that whatever shows up is the exact perfect thing for you to advance to your next level in this lifetime. Amazing. And now taking a deep breath into the belly and out, I invite you to imagine and feel what it would feel like to be surrounded in the most beautiful love energy that you've ever felt. Perhaps that love energy has a color. If it was to have a color, what color would it be? Maybe it has a feeling or a texture. Some people are really good at feeling this love energy, and for some people it's a bit more challenging. Wherever you're at is perfect. Feeling the feeling of being surrounded in love, being held in love, being supported. At the very least, you can be feeling the feeling of being supported by me right now, and setting the intention that every person tuning in, whether live or on the replay, is held in the perfect way. And now as you breathe in, I invite you to breathe in that love energy into your body. So as you breathe in, feel your body being filled up with this love coming from the purest place, whatever you call that. Q-RIT is completely universal. You don't even have to give it a name. Don't have to believe any particular faith, religion, anything, whatever you call the energy that creates everything, the energy that turns an apple seed into an apple tree and makes an apple tree produce apples every year, whatever you call that thing, that energy that turns you from a sperm and an egg into a person able to receive these words, whatever you call that intelligence that grows your fingernails every day. And as you breathe it in, just start to feel your vibration literally raising. Maybe you can feel it coming into your cells, activating you at a cellular level. Maybe you can feel it upgrading you on the DNA level. And every time you breathe in, you're just breathing in more of this energy, this beautiful love. And again, however you feel it and perceive it is perfect. If you imagine yourself breathing in a color, great. If you feel a feeling, great. If you have a knowingness, great. Whatever it is, perfect. Just enjoy it. Just see that without you needing to do anything, everything will be done. It just goes to all the perfect places. Just imagine now you are completely filled up with this love, with this light. And as you're completely filled up with this love and this light, see it surrounds that area where that feeling is. Or that shape, that color, that texture that we were observing earlier. See as that gets completely surrounded in love, it starts to change, it starts to soften, maybe it starts to evaporate. And however it does that, whether it's through shaking or turning into smoke, see it turns into this substance that we can start to move and play with. And As you breathe in now, see that love energy comes and washes over that energy, and then you can breathe it out. Just start to breathe that energy out, the energy that no longer serves you, the energy that's ready to be released. Just breathe it out and see it gathers in front of you in a huge cloud of this smoky kind of substance. So take a deep breath in of this beautiful love energy. See it wash away more of that smoky substance that we're letting go of, and just breathe that all out. And see that after 3 more deep breaths, every last trace of that energy is now released from your body, gone from your body, and it's all gathered in front of you in this huge cloud of this smoky kind of energy. You're doing absolutely amazing. So now, seeing this huge cloud of this smoky energy gathered in front of you, I'm going to take 1 more deep breath into the belly. And then, using the power of your consciousness, we're going to blow that smoke away. Just blow that smoke away. And as you blow that smoke away, see that it goes off to the highest and best place for it at this time, transmuted into the purest love. And as that smoke clears, I want you to see that there's a figure standing there. And tell me, who is it? Who can you see? And as you see this figure here, trusting that this is the perfect thing that you need to see right now to help you get to your next level, just invite you to breathe, soften, relax. Remember, you're held and surrounded in love. And just start to see what kind of energy this being, person has, whatever has shown up for you. If nothing has shown up, then that's absolutely amazing too. Just allow yourself to flow with the rest of the process. If there is just a subtle hint of something, just allow yourself to maybe deepen it. Sometimes the things that show up are really beautiful. Sometimes they're quite intense. If it is an intense one for you, just having the courage and bravery to go into it if that feels like the right thing for you to do. Remembering you are in control, you are the powerful one. You are absolutely able to handle anything that comes up today. And if it is a beautiful energy that's shown up for you as well, then just enjoying that. Now we're going to, if it feels right, just check in with yourself. Am I happy to engage with this energy? Remembering it doesn't have to make any sense. We're just playing here. Don't have to logicize it at all. I often say to people that are new to this that just imagine this is your subconscious mind's way of trying to help you process this thing. Or if people are more advanced at this, then they can start to play with the idea that maybe this is a part of the oneness, the everything, the all that is that's come here today. And just tuning in and asking it, why have you come here today? What is your message? And just seeing what the first thing is that comes up. It's always the first thing. Why have you come here today? What is your message? And trusting whatever that thing is. And if you believe it, and I really do, you can have a full 2-way conversation with this energy. And there are more advanced techniques that we can go into when we do one-on-one Q-RIT sessions, but for the purpose of today, let's just have a conversation with it. Why are you here? What's your message? And then imagine, if it is a person, if it is a being, imagine they were here with you. Imagine you could have a chat with them. What would you want to say to them? And again, be really, really real. Ask a question, tell them how you feel. If you've ever explored quantum mechanics and quantum physics, you'll know that every particle is connected to every other particle in the quantum field by this quantum web. So whatever you say to these people, I do believe they will feel it at the deepest level. Sometimes this is a great opportunity to receive guidance. Sometimes it's a great opportunity to let go or forgive. Sometimes it's a chance to hold our boundaries and express to people that things will be different, we will be different. Trust yourself that you know what to do in this situation. One of the things that can be really great here is to ask a question, receive an answer. See if there's anything they want to show you. Sometimes you can get shown a vision really clearly, just like a movie. Sometimes you get a knowingness. Sometimes you might hear, if you're a clairaudient. Q-RIT is a great way to develop and practice your different clairsenses, your different gifts and abilities. You can get really, really good at picking up on the subtle things. So is there anything they want to show you? Sometimes there's a transmutation process to happen, so you could bring in something like the Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I forgive you, thank you. Say what you're sorry for. Forgive them, ask for forgiveness. Thank them for whatever it is showing up here today, gifting you this experience. Many of the most powerful healers and activators I know have had challenging lives. And the challenges are what make us strong. The challenges are what help us to develop our character. And I don't say that lightly. Even the most horrific challenges on the public speaking circuit, you get to hear all different stories of people who've had the craziest lives you've ever imagined, and then they turn it around. They always turn it around. That's the key. So if this is the moment where you turn things around, this is the moment where you change the direction for yourself, for your lineage, for your community, for the whole world, for the whole cosmos. You can do that in this now moment. What does that look like? You could ask, what's the one thing I can do, shift, or create that will completely transform this situation and upgrade my life on all levels? What would that one thing be? And again, trusting the guidance. And we're going to bring this part of the process to a close shortly. So remembering that you are a powerful, conscious, beautiful person, being with access to infinite potential. What do you feel is the most perfect way for you to close this particular conversation, exploration? Oftentimes I will let this being person go off into the light. I'll imagine a trapdoor opening up in the sky and going up to the light. Setting the intention that anything that no longer serves us is released, removed and cleared. Transmuted across all time frames, all dimensions, all parallel universes, all planes of reality, and in all directions of space and time, from now to the beginning of creation and beyond. Trusting that this happens in the perfect way. You might see contracts literally evaporating, or even scrolls or stone tablets. You might see and feel your brain literally rewiring old beliefs that no longer serve you, decisions that you made when you were a child. Sometimes those decisions have been passed down through our ancestral lines. We can be the ones who transmute that. Just asking now, before we bring this part of the process to a close, is there anything else you need to be made aware of to clear this issue at the root cause? What would that be? I'm trusting you know exactly what to do there. Make a decision now. Decide who you will choose to be from this moment on. Choose who you will decide to become in this next chapter of your life. We call it our quantum GPS system. Imagine you have a map, like a map app on your phone, and you can see the destination that you would love to go to. And you can plug in exactly where you are now, and it will make a path for you to get there. Love to invite you. Ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what is possible for you in this lifetime. Ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what is possible for you in this lifetime. And see what comes up for you. Again, might be a vision like a movie. It might be a knowingness. It might be a feeling. It might be something else. It might be a whisper. What is possible for you in this lifetime? Allow yourself to just play with that. If you are listening to this, you are one of the people on the leading edge of consciousness. What percentage of people on the earth would listen to something like this? What percentage of people are willing to upgrade their lives, to do this deep work, to get uncomfortable? You are here because you are a very conscious being, inviting you to remember the fullness of who you are. Remember who you are. Ask to be shown who you are. Say, who am I? And see what comes through for you. You could write down a message if it comes through. Who am I? You could meditate on that for hundreds of hours. Who am I? And why am I here? What is my calling? What is my deepest calling? What will bring me my highest joy? What does it look like for me to live in the fullest alignment? See what comes through. Does it look like for me to live in the fullest alignment? See that version of you who is living in the fullest alignment. Call them in now. What do they look like? What's their energy like? What do they do in a day? What are they doing? Imagine you can just dive into that future timeline, that potential timeline. What would they be doing? How do they create? What's their body feel like? What's their mind feel like? How do they think? How do they interact with the people around them? How do people feel about them? And if this is a version of you would love to align with, you can just say a gigantic yes to the cosmos. And imagine you can plug that into your quantum GPS system. Just plug in that version of you, and every day at the start of your day or multiple times throughout the day, you can just call that in, realign with this version of you. And even right now, just ask your body to remember that feeling. Maybe you can just start to breathe their energy into your body, activating and awakening your DNA, remembering what that feels like, remembering that in quantum mechanics, time doesn't exist in a linear way, so that version of you exists somewhere else right now. So we're just downloading their beingness into your body. You might see it as a color, as codes. You might feel it as a certain feeling. Breathing, softening, relaxing, feeling grounded and connected. Allowing your consciousness to be upgraded. Similar to how you do a software update on a computer, just plugging in this most aligned version of you. And you can feel your nervous system softening. Your brain rewiring itself. And you actually have a neural network between your brain and your heart. Your heart has its own sensory neurites. They're like the neurons in your brain. They can think, learn, and act independently of each other. And so there is this neural network that you can now just maybe bring some attention to. Have your brain and your heart and your gut, your whole body in alignment. Asking that any habits or addictions that you have that are holding you back are brought to the light. Anything that's not serving you. If you would like to, you can ask, what are the habits for me to let go of lovingly so I can be my most authentic self? What comes through for you? And asking, thanking, commanding, depending on how you like to play it, the cosmos, your body, to help you release those, remove those, clear those addictions and habits, and replace them with, what would you love to replace them with? If you could replace them with anything, what would you love to replace it with? It could be any energy, joy, love, passion, excitement, peace. What would that be for you? If that energy was to have some kind of color, what color would that be? And then just breathe that in. Is it discipline and commitment? Is it full presence? You can just say yes to any of these things. Imagine them downloading into your body and being, and setting the intention that everything that you shift and release and upgrade today is handled in the most perfect way. That you can integrate all of these energies in the most easeful, graceful, and powerful way for you. To live this most incredible next aligned chapter of your life. And you can call in this version of you anytime. They can become your best mentor. All you have to do is close your eyes, take a deep breath into the belly. Imagine this version of you that's already living in that fullest alignment. You can ask them questions. And if you were to ask them a question right now, what would you want to ask them? What situation in your life would you love to have some guidance around now? And again, trusting the first thing that comes through. Would you love to ask? Ask and you will receive the answer. Just get playful with this. Your subconscious mind knows, your higher self knows, your body knows, your being knows. It's just waiting for you to ask. And then once you have the answers, the cosmos loves people who commit. Taking the aligned actions is one of the most important parts of the Q-RIT process. So asking and feeling into what aligned actions are you willing to commit to right now to improve and upgrade this area of your life. Maybe get 3 aligned actions. What are the 3 most powerful things you can do, shift, create to transform this area of your life? You could write those down. You could hold those in your consciousness. Be aware that when you commit to something, you set a course on your quantum GPS, and then if you deviate from that course, it can feel strange because you're committing, you're saying to the cosmos, yes, I'm aligning with this, whatever it is, perfect health, or being in my fullest calling, or having amazing relationships, or whatever it is that you are committing to. And it's not saying you have to be 100% perfect with it every time, but honor that commitment. Be of your word. Be someone whose thoughts, words, and actions are aligned. That is mastery. If things aren't quite how you'd like them to be in your life right now, or if you know you are just scratching the surface of your potential, it's probably because your thoughts, words, and actions are not all fully aligned. And now, as we start to bring this process to a close, just thanking yourself for showing up here today, for listening to this, thanking this aspect of yourself, whatever you decide to call them. You could give them a name if you like, an archetype, your highest self, your aligned self, your connected self, whatever you feel. Thanking all the energies that make this world possible. Thanking all the people that have been your teachers in this lifetime. Teachers aren't always pleasant. Sometimes they're deeply unpleasant. Sometimes those people can be our best teachers. They can show us exactly what we don't want and who we don't want to be. Honoring all of them. I'm not condoning anything that people do. We're not saying anything is good or bad or right or wrong. Just acknowledging that we are here now because of them. We get to choose now how the next chapter of our life will go. Having that full empowerment, taking that ownership and responsibility. Every day when you wake up, you get to choose, and if you need support, just asking now, who should I reach out to for support? When we pray, when we meditate, when we connect, we just ask the questions and receive the answers. Most people don't ask the right questions. They're scared. So ask, be brave, be bold, command this cosmos. And now as we come back fully into our bodies, I invite you to take a nice deep breath into the belly. And feel what it feels like to be really grounded. Really connected to your body, connected to the earth. Come back to this love energy. Surround yourself in this love energy again. Breathe it into your body, this most purest love from the purest source. Fill yourself up with that love, with that light. This could be another great thing to bring into your practice. Some people call this energy hygiene, just bringing love into the situation, cleansing your body, your being. Imagine this love filling your whole room, this beautiful, bright, love, light energy, however that looks and feels to you. Maybe you want to have a little wiggle and a stretch. When you're ready, thanking whoever or whatever you believe in for this process, thanking yourself. Maybe give yourself a nice big hug. I love giving myself a nice big hug. looks. Oh, this amazing body that's got us here through our whole life. This amazing body, this vehicle that allows us to touch and taste and feel and enjoy this world. I just wish you the most incredible next chapter of your journey. Please do be kind to yourself over the next couple of days. There's some deep stuff we've just processed, and I invite you, please do listen to this over and over. And if you are excited to come and learn QRIT, I'll post all the details below. The level 1 course just takes 12 hours. It was a 2-day event. We filmed it, made it into a course. You can do it in 2 days. You can become a quantum healer in 2 days. And we have the advanced course, which takes 4 weeks, and then the master's program, which lets you teach it, and you can initiate people into QRIT. It's my mission right now. It's my calling to shout from the rooftops to help anyone. If you know anyone who's anxious, depressed, who's got physical aches or pains, or who is not happy, whose heart is closed, who's stuck in trauma, who's got a dysregulated nervous system, instead of just doing coping mechanisms, let's help them actually heal. Everything is possible with quantum healing. It can be really nice for you to spend some time after this process to journal down anything that came up for you. I love journaling. We take things from the etheric realms and we bring them into this physical realm. You can channel books, courses, programs. Please do let me know how you found this process. Please do share this process with anyone who you think could benefit. Allow yourself over the next couple of days some time and space to process these things. You can imagine we let go of energies that don't serve us. We bring in these new energies, so they might need some time to settle. So be kind to yourself. If it's having nice bubble baths, if it's eating really nutritious food, if it's spending time with close friends, dancing, whatever it is for you, going into the forest. Trust that you know what to do to integrate and go take the aligned actions. You're amazing. You've got this. If I can support you in any way, I do one-on-one sessions, I have mentorships, we have loads of courses. Just reach out. It's an absolute pleasure to share more information with you.